This is a HeadGum podcast.
This podcast episode is brought to you by Squarespace. That's right, you guessed it. I know some of you at home were wondering, what's it going to be? And you heard Squarespace and you were delighted and somebody won $1. Look, whether you need a landing page, a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it's all included in your Squarespace website. Now, me personally, I use Squarespace because, first of all, you got to have a website. It's 2016. If you don't have a website, what are you doing with your life? Don't care about the government. Everybody knows your info anyway. You might as well have a website. And here's the thing. Instead of, hiring some, tech person to just create this website for you, pay all this money, you can use Squarespace. It's easy, okay? You got simple, intuitive process. You can add and arrange your content with features with the click of a mouse. Free custom designs, beautiful templates. Also, if you run a business, it's got seamless commerce tools. Okay, from nationally recognized brands to your favorite local shops. Squarespace is trusted by hundreds of thousands of savvy shop owners. So I think Squarespace is the place you're going to be. And also, if you're like, well, what if I get on Squarespace and I don't understand something? Who am I going to call? The website? Well, actually, yes, Squarespace has customer support. In fact, it offers customer support 24/7. For those of you who are new to the English language, that means 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay? Look, you have to understand, by the way, Squarespace is cheap, y'all. It's cheap, and not only is it cheap, you can start your free trial today at squarespace.com. All you have to do is enter the offer code JUMP. You get 10% off your first purchase. You hear that? Enter that offer code JUMP. Get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace. Set your website apart.
Jonathan Braylock, James the Third, Jerah Milligan.
What more can I say? You know what it is.
Black men can't jump.
In Hollywood.
Black actors, man. Black actors. All right.
Welcome to Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood.
Hollywood City. It fits.
It fits. You made the lip gesture.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it, but then I was like, no, respect. You know what I mean?
bet people,
respect for who?
Yeah, who are you respecting?
Respect for Samuel L. Jackson.
It fits I mean, Samuel L. Jackson has shot so many guns in his career.
Yeah, no, he has, but I just, I was just thinking what would be appropriate,
This movie is
Okay.
John, why you literally do it on movies where it's not appropriate, but this is a movie where there's shootouts nonstop and you won't do it for this movie.
This is ranked 82 on people's 100 best action movies.
82?
82?
Yeah, baby.
That's not a good number.
Well, wait, no, but on
a bad number.
On 100 best, it's 100 best. There's way more than 100 action movies.
Oh yeah, it's
so if it's number 82,
on people who it's not like AFI or anything. It's
Hey, man,
wait, who? You just Googled the movie?
It's some list. What?
It's a list.
It's a list.
Ted Paulson and
I'm Jonathan Braylock.
I'm Jerah Milligan.
I'm James the Third.
We're here. Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood. If this is the first one you're listening to, why? Why was this the first one you chose?
No, honestly, thank you.
No,
this is the first one.
Okay, yeah.
If this is the first one, cut this off and go back and listen to something else. Okay? Cut this off.
Yo, cut your head off.
Cut this off. You know what I'm saying? What they say, James? They said you cut your head off?
Cut your head off.
Oh,
This is
man,
LeBron
that's
James
a great
people say
story.
to
We
James.
should talk about that story.
We should talk about that
movie.
instead of this.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. This might be the worst movie we've ever reviewed.
Yeah, no, honestly, we shouldn't be reviewing this movie.
There's
Let's just be clear. Let's be clear. We shouldn't be reviewing this
It
movie.
was a big mistake.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes. This is ours.
We record ours.
Yeah,
We record ours. We see our mistakes through, honestly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
We double
honestly,
down.
can I just say something? I think that's appropriate for our first real Sam Jackson starring, I put that in quotes, movie.
Yeah.
Because Sam Jackson commits.
He does, even when it's
Samuel L.
bad.
Jackson is an actor who commits to what he is doing. He has made a lot of movies, lot of movies.
Yeah, he's made all the movies.
He's made over 100 films.
Yep, and he is like the actor who his films he has grossed the most.
He is the Guinness World Record holder of like basically all of his films, the box office combined. He has the most.
Yeah, because he does.
Not like
everything.
he hasn't gotten paid the most, but
Right.
the movies he's been in have grossed the most money.
I mean, because he has one line in Jurassic Park. That should go.
I mean,
has a few
he has
lines
a
of
couple
Jurassic
of
Park.
lines.
I'm just saying if
His
Yeah.
part in the book is very big.
It got cut down.
He
a
got
little
cut
bit.
down.
Yeah, but all of them did. It wasn't like oh no.
Does he die
The look
when
the
he
look
dies?
on Ross's face.
Yeah.
When he dies in the book, do you know when he
Conspiracy.
dies,
Do you
or they
see
come
it?
back? Yeah.
Or is it the same?
I can't remember. But a lot of people, but they changed a lot, like a lot of stuff in Jurassic Park. Like it's very
It's
frustrating.
very unsanctimonious, his death in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
My man.
Also in Goodfellas.
I mean,
You just see like he's in a part of the montage where he's just dead. He apparently Samuel Jackson was like, yeah, all the scripts I used to get early on was just like the Negro who dies on page 30.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which sort of like it's very telling of like when they put him in Star Wars, he was like, okay, but I can't go out like some punk. Like he was just like, no,
Yeah.
he said I can't go out like some punk. He was just like, I've done that. I've done
I actually heard rumors that like his character actually didn't die.
Mace Windu didn't die.
I mean, that's some of the rumors.
yeah, that's
No,
peop-
but don't all the Jedi are supposed to die.
yeah, for
He
sure.
wasn't in the.
I mean,
He's definitely dead by the time we get to
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
4.
But they're saying.
But
after
there are a
him-
lot of people
yeah.
who speculate, but only because they don't want him to have
Yeah.
died. He,
But then
he-
maybe also
he was supposed to have died.
But then honestly, maybe also if I were him, I would have been like, you want if you're in the Star Wars movies and your character dies before the next set of movies, you want to die in some awesome way.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
You would also request an awesome death.
I
Like,
mean,
He
that
also
was-
got a purple lightsaber. He was like, I want a purple
yeah,
lightsaber.
and they introduced different color lightsabers into the universe, right? They weren't there before.
no, he's
now
the
they
only,
are, right?
well, no,
He was the only one with a purple one.
no, they had blue. Oh, sorry, they did have the. I guess somebody got yellow. Huh?
Yeah. Someone did have yellow. I mean,
But yeah, they
didn't
only
come
had
to-
blue and green and red. And then,
And then
yeah,
my
and
man
he got
got
the
purple.
purple.
My man
But
got
he's the
purple.
only one who has purple. And I
Yeah.
think there might be. I feel like Yoda had a yellow. Or is
Yo-
everything
Yo-
else just green and
No,
blue?
Yoda had one. Yeah, it was like yellowish, right? I can't remember.
I don't know why I'm thinking that. It might be. We might be completely wrong.
Well, no,
I'm
I just
sure somebody
remember.
will tweet
I
at
just
us.
remember that the one that Luke was first given had like a when you in A New Hope, like it looks different shades of blue and yellow. It just appears that way, and that may be what we're thinking
Maybe.
about.
Oh, maybe.
Well, you know, we're trying really hard not to talk about the film that
Yep.
we were supposed to. We haven't even mentioned what the movie is,
What do we watch?
even though everybody's clicked on the link.
You guys remember Samuel Jackson
okay.
in
Pulp Fiction? Pulp
you guys remember Samuel Jackson in
All
Pulp
right.
Fiction?
My man
All right,
should have
here
got
we
an
go.
Oscar in Pulp
Yeah, he
Fiction.
really should have. Just
the film we're reviewing.
Vengeance and furious anger. So rain down. Oh,
You know what
man,
they call
he's so
it?
good
You know
in
what they
that.
call a Big Mac in over in London, right?
What?
What is it?
A Mac Royale with cheese.
A Royale with cheese?
Yeah, Mac Royale with cheese.
The tasty burger.
We're never gonna talk about this movie. We do this whole episode. and
Where are
we
you
never
from?
Talk about every Samuel Jackson movie, but out. Talk about
Oh
this one.
man,
They
Remember
speak
that?
English in what?
Remember, he has. I mean, honestly, Samuel Jackson has the best death scene ever in cinema. Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
After
Yeah.
that great speech he just gets eaten.
An amazing speech of just you like the best speech ever, and you're like, yeah. And in the middle of his speech, a huge shark just comes up and kills. It is like one of the most shocking deaths ever in a
It's
horror
so
film.
good. It's so good. He also
Oh,
has
man.
some of the best lines of all time. Like if you think about Django, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
when Django comes up on the horse and
Uh-huh.
he sees him. Who's that nigga on this stack? That nigga so. Who's this nigga? Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah. And I was telling Jerah how. Did you ever see Changing Lanes? With
with
Ben
Affleck? No, I've only seen the trailer.
Oh,
but
I
just-
really like Samuel Jackson Changing Lanes.
Is he really good in that?
I think he's really good.
I mean,
in
I
it.
think there are a lot of these movies like that like, you know, like not everybody's seen, but it's like he kills in them.
right.
The
All
only
right.
thing from Changing Lanes I remember is the part when Ben Affleck's wheels start going off and then he just looks out the corner and he has the jack. You're like,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
That's
okay.
from the trailer.
Before we talk about
That
the
is
movie,
true.
all right, quick Incredibles line. I watched the Incredibles this morning because it was
boy.
on Disney. And Sam Jackson had one of the best lines when the robot comes He's like,
Yeah.
honey, where's my super suit? Where is my super suit?
When I was in college, in undergrad, my friends and I, we were like, man, Samuel Jackson yells in every movie. This was like before it was the thing to talk about. We were like, yeah, Samuel Jackson yells in every movie. And we were like, we couldn't wait to see The Incredibles. And the whole movie's like not yelling. We're like, what's going on? And then that part happens.
At the very end?
we like erupted into the, like, it's not necessarily a funny part of the movie.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Wait, what?
All right.
Wait, John.
No.
Wait, no, James.
No.
Hold on to your butts.
It's
James,
been
it's
long
gotta be
Hold
enough.
on to your butts.
It's been long enough.
I got one more.
All right.
I got one more. All right, snakes on the plane. Snakes on the plane.
Snakes
we haven't
on a-
talked about that yet.
Wow. We're more willing to talk about snakes on a plane.
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Or in the edited version, I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes
He does not say that.
on this Monday to Friday plane.
He does not say that.
That is the edited.
Monday to
Monday
Friday?
to Friday plane.
monkey fighting.
Yep. Monkey fighting snakes.
Monday to Friday plane. We're reviewing the film The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh, you did it.
Why'd you do First off, I love how you stuck that in. Because in my mind, I was trying to think of another movie.
The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Man, why?
1996, starring
Why?
Gina Davis.
Very much starring Gina Davis.
Very much starring Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. This is a Gina Davis vehicle.
Yo, we so sorry, y'all. Hey, listen, we are so sorry.
To be fair,
People mess
Jerah tried to warn us
Gerard tried to warn us, and I had,
again and again and again.
and I had a very fond memory of this movie as a child. Like, it felt like it was definitely a
Yeah.
tag team: Gina Davis, Samuel Jackson. And am I the only one who had seen it before?
This is what
I
this is
had
what
never seen
Samuel Jackson does, man. He's a larger than life presence.
Oh man,
And he takes over films. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
but this movie, y'all. Hey,
So okay. So it came out in 1996. It's written by Shane Black, right? So Shane
love
Black.
Shane Black.
We
Shane
just
Black.
we recently reviewed Lethal Weapon. You know what I mean? That's also Shane Black's first film. This one, this was kind of this was like, I think this was right before his downfall.
I mean,
before
right
he got back up again.
Before he got back up.
Shane
But
Black's
like Shane
downfall,
Black
yeah.
was like in the 90s, like one of the highest paid screenwriters, if not the highest paid screenwriter in Hollywood. And because Lethal Weapon movies were so successful, and he wrote this film, and there's a lot of things that I was reading. Who knows if they're true? But one of them says that it was originally Samuel Jackson's part was not supposed to be black, supposed to be a white guy. Apparently, like Matthew Broderick and somebody else was like up for
Actually,
it.
this looks like Matthew Broderick to me.
You think so?
It does. We can get to that part, but it's like now that you mention that, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But even like a '96 Matthew Broderick,
Yeah,
like a really like
only because this character, like that, the character Sam Jackson plays, is not supposed to be like heroic. It's supposed to be like kind of sneaky and snidey.
Right.
It's like that. No offense to like Matthew Broderick. I feel like I'm making him seem like not saying that, but I'm like it feels like what was that movie? Election. It feels like the principal from Election,
Yeah.
just in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, they did rewrite it when they gave Samuel Jackson the part.
Oh, you mean
The name. So Samuel Jackson's name in this film is Hennessy. That was obviously not the original name of this character.
Right.
Hold on, John, are you? So you're saying they named him after a drink that people assume that all black people like to drink?
Oh, yeah, they did. They named him Hennessy.
Why ain't just name the man Cognac then?
They named him Hennessy
But wait, but what was his first name? though?
because he's black now.
Yo,
Anyway.
is this character named Hennessy Jones? Because if it is,
No, his first name is
No, his first name
Mitch.
is like, yeah.
Mitch. His
You
name
never
is
hear his
Mitchell.
first name. Nobody
No,
ever
they say
calls
it a
him by.
couple- They say it a couple times.
she
They
does.
all
Regina,
call-
I mean, not Regina.
Gina Davis calls him
she calls
Mitch
him
a few
Mitch.
times.
All right, but they all call him Hennessy.
I mean, it's a great drink. I
Melina
guess.
Kanakaridis is in this movie. She went to Firestone High School in Akron, Ohio. So big ups to her. That's the school that I went to.
Who is she?
She's the person who's part of his. She
one
plays
who
the
played the
prostitute.
Oh, she plays prostitute at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know her, Jim?
She's also on the show Providence. No, I don't know. I don't know her because
Oh,
she's
I thought you did.
in '96.
Know
She's a
her?
she's a
She's
grown
like a
woman.
grown
Then.
woman.
I
But
don't
she
know,
went
man.
to she graduated from high school. Her picture, I think, it's probably still up on the wall there.
Cool.
Sidebar.
So, first of all, just goodness gracious. The plot of this film is It's somewhat interesting.
Yeah, we are sorry again.
No, but I mean, like,
Honestly, really big apologies. And like, I really did fondly remember Samuel Jackson in this movie.
no, we'll get into it, right?
Because having seen it, like, I just wish I would have said, like, I don't think he's the lead.
yeah.
But I really thought it was both of them.
Yo, Jerah kept going,
man.
he's not the lead. We're like, but he's on the
No,
poster.
he's on the
Yo.
poster.
He's the main actor.
He
He
might
might
an
not,
actor
he
in
may
it.
not even have been on that poster when the movie first came out. He's probably one of those things
No,
where, like,
I remember him.
No,
being
he
on the
wa- he
poster
was.
back
Okay,
then. I remember
okay.
being on the
All
poster back then.
So here's the thing. So basically the plot of this film is Gina Davis. Gina Davis's character at first is called Samantha Crane. She's she knows that she's had amnesia for 8 years. She has amnesia. She only has a memory from 8 years ago when she first woke up with it.
And it's a
she
specific
only knows her
condition
name.
when that happens to you. Like
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah,
like
it's
that much
It's
of
a traumatic. What the heck? Traumatic. Something or other. Because she knows that something happened to her. She knew she had like bruises and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. She's been paying private investigators to figure out who she is. She ran out of money. She now has hired a
she only can afford
lesser
the
grade,
crappy one.
the crappy one, as they say, which is Samuel Jackson. If you haven't guessed that, and she has a daughter,
Yeah.
and her daughter was only like 2 months.
She
Or
gave birth to the daughter.
She gave birth to the daughter after.
yeah, right after. Yeah.
She has a man in her life now. Nice white man. Generic white man. Good guy.
He's an actor on a lot of stuff. What is his name?
I'm not talking about the actor. I'm just talking about the character.
Yeah, I don't care. I wasn't going to look his name
Yeah,
up.
who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, no, great job, guy. He was good in this movie, I guess.
Great job, guy.
No, I mean, he was fine. No, he was a good dude. All right. So, she lives in like some white suburban town in like Pennsylvania or Jersey or.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
in Jersey.
something
or
like that.
It's
Oh,
either-
Pennsylvania. Sorry,
They're
Pennsylvania.
in
think it's
Pennsylvania and New
Pennsylvania.
Jersey. They're back and forth between Pennsylvania and New
Holmesdale,
Jersey.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. And then we meet Samuel Jackson. Finally, I mean, after 25 minutes.
No, but it's not that
No,
long.
it's
though,
not that
right?
long. I'm
I
joking.
mean, it's like 15.
she gives her whole. It is a while though. Yeah,
It's a bit.
it is a while.
So we meet
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson's character, kind of actually separate from this. He's
Yeah, no, he's like not
pretending
connected
to
to
be
it at all.
pretending to be a cop with who's
Melina Kanakarides.
Melina.
And two homeless dudes.
And
Two homeless dudes. You don't know they're homeless. They're pretending to be cops. They basically they're like, we won't arrest you if you give us money, and then we realize, oh, this was a whole setup. He knows the prostitute, those homeless guys. He's not a cop. He's a private investigator. He steals. He likes stealing. They make it very well known.
Yeah, and he drinks.
He
Smokes.
He drinks. He smokes. He likes stealing. He steals. And he is a father, but he's estranged. I mean, like somewhat estranged. Like he likes his boy. He gives his boy some toys.
No, but you know what? He's a low key
He's
dead
there.
shot.
He's
a low key dead shot in this.
Yeah,
what I mean?
he is a low key dead shot. He's a criminal. He is a low key
low-key
dead shot.
dead shot.
He's a criminal. He's a criminal who like loves his kid,
Loves
but
his kid.
but won't clean up his act to be a good father. Like so
he's a stereotypical black dad who doesn't care about his kids and only shows up every once in a while.
it shows up once in a while.
And I guess they rewrote it so that could
his
be
name
what
is
the
Hennessy.
character.
I mean,
They rewrote it.
the-
They rewrote it.
Do y'all remember that movie? Do you remember that movie? Remember that movie, Coach Carter? And in Coach Carter, Sam Jackson was a
man.
dad who not only cared about his son, but every other kid.
Yeah.
No matter if that kid was black or white.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
went against the parents. He's like, no, these kids can't just rely on sports. They gotta be educated, so they have to come with a
Yeah.
suit. They gotta get good grades.
Yeah, y'all
Yo,
remember?
did the
that movie?
black woman even speak in this film?
Not
She
at-
did. No, she did.
Did she? Did she?
Did she
was
say
at the door.
What did she say? Get inside or something? Like,
Did she?
speak?
I
I,
remember-
honestly don't remember.
Come
I
on,
just saw
she
this movie
spoke.
hours ago. Wait,
remember
what
her-
did she say?
I remember
don't
her. I remember her
remember. I
staring
don't-
at him at the door.
She definitely
and
stared
then
at
I
him.
remember staring at him on TV at the
She
end.
definitely stared at him on
Exactly.
TV.
Did she ever say a word?
But the little boy said something.
The little boy definitely said something.
Was she the only black woman in this whole movie?
Yes.
Hey,
At least your black woman wasn't a prostitute.
Hey, y'all
right?
remember
We
that?
fighting for scraps out
Y'all
here in
remember Die Hard with a
1996.
Vengeance?
Yeah, remember Die Hard when he was like,
That came out before this. Why did we do that movie?
why
did
did
come
we
out
do
Well, because
this?
he's clearly not the lead of Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah, but he's definitely the
He's more- yeah,
he's
he's
definitely
more.
the co-lead of Die Hard with a
They
Vengeance.
share a storyline. They share a
Yeah, but there's
storyline.
another actor who's the main. Like that's Bruce Willis's friend.
You
Yeah,
see,
but-
you see
but-
Sam Jackson 3 minutes into that movie because the moment Bruce Willis goes to Harlem, who's the dude who has to save his life? Sam Jackson.
And like his kids get stuck in the school building,
Yep.
and he's like he makes sure that. Oh man.
Oh man,
Why didn't we do Pulp Fiction? He's more of a
Why
lead
did-
in that.
Why did we do this? Oh
No, but he's not.
Also-
John Travolta and Bruce Willis have huge parts in Pulp Fiction.
But who's memorable? He's actually nominated for. He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in Pulp
yeah,
Fiction, right?
so
Oh,
supporting,
you know
right?
what? This is crazy. Unbreakable is another Sam Jackson, Bruce Willis movie, and he's
Yeah, he works
definitely
with
the
Bruce Willis a
co-lead
lot.
of that one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, co-lead, no, man. Come on, Bruce Willis is the
Okay,
lead
yeah,
of
you're
Unbreakable.
right. He is the lead,
He's
but-
the person who
But
is
at least he's the
unbreakable.
bad guy.
He's the
Well,
bad
here's
guy.
the thing, man. Honestly, here's the thing: is that Samuel Jackson is usually in films where he's not the lead. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, there are films where he's the lead. Coach Carter, Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on the Plane.
Shaft, Black Snake Moan.
No, he's not the lead
I haven't
lead
seen
of Black Snake
I haven't
Moan.
seen Black Snake.
Christina
No, it's
Ricci.
Christina Ricci is the lead.
I haven't seen it.
Wait, how many movies has he been the lead of?
Well, do we
He's
count
the
like?
lead of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No,
like
he's
he's just
just
in
that
general,
bad.
he's the lead.
Yeah,
of
You
it.
take that. He was the lead of some. It was some movie that came out last year where he plays
Basic
the president.
Instinct, he was with John Travolta.
Yeah, and like
Or no, sorry, not Basic Instinct.
No,
just
you're
Basic.
Basic,
It's just
yeah.
called
Basic.
Basic.
basic, yeah.
That describes that movie. Am I right?
I think I've seen that movie twice.
Because it used to
I
be
don't
on
know if I
USA
liked
all
it
the
the
time.
first
And
time.
we're saying
but
A Time to Kill, he's not really the lead of?
No, he's definitely like it's Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock,
Sandra Bullock,
Matthew
Matthew McConaughey, and him. It's like it's the three of them, but like he's not the main lead of it.
How many movies?
I remember I thought he was going to be the lead in Deep Blue Sea, but it's actually the woman who's the lead, really.
Yeah, they pulled a Psycho on us.
And also, yeah.
And Tom, what was that guy's name who played
I mean,
Punisher?
he's in Sphere, but he's not the lead. The Negotiator, I mean, kind
He
of.
shares that with
well, yeah. So
Kevin
the Negotiator.
Spacey.
What I like about the Negotiator and him, and I think it's interesting to talk about that movie specifically, is it's called The Negotiator, but they both are negotiators, and he's
Right.
and he's the hostage taker in this case, but is a negotiator. So it's like this cool, like, who is the negotiator?
We should
in the
just
movie?
did a movie based on we should just reviewed all of Sam Jackson's hairstyles. Doesn't he have like red hair?
He has
in
red
that
hair
version?
in that one.
Like,
Yeah.
we should just like, and then what is it? Jackie Brown when he has like the gray perm ponytail, or the black. His hair is black.
I mean, what is Samuel L. Jackson's iconic movie?
His iconic movie. Which
Pulp Fiction.
one is it? I mean, Pulp Fiction is
Fiction.
great.
It is, right?
But I didn't
that's
even,
what I'm saying.
But for me though, it was like I didn't see Pulp Fiction until like last year.
Oh, he's the lead.
First time I saw
lead
it was like last year.
of 187.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 187. He is the lead of that, but that's an indie though.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
What about the Oprah
He's
movie?
great in 187.
What about the
I'm
Oprah
looking
movie?
this stuff
Eve's Bayou. Well, he's the dad.
Man.
in Eve's Bayou.
What about Formula 51? I didn't really see all that.
Yeah,
movie.
nobody
what the
saw
flip
Formula.
is this movie?
Yo, he was in the lead in this movie that came out last year. He plays the president of the United States, and some Asian kid has to come and save him.
Check
from
it
the
out.
Woods.
But check it out though. Samuel Jackson's been in so many movies that his filmography, just his filmography, is a Wikipedia page. It's a whole, like you click on filmography and it's like, go to the, you have to go to a full page to do it.
So
Now,
I
hold
mean,
on, how many
it really
movies has
is-
he led though?
Lead, I mean, goodness.
I mean, The Great White Height.
Was he the lead? Oh
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
is he the
sole-
lead of that?
I don't know. I actually didn't
I haven't
see
seen
the
it in a long time.
But I mean,
Damon
this
Wayans
is
is
the
in that.
poster. The poster is just him.
yeah, because he is
He
the
is the Great White
he's
Height.
trying to. No, he's not the Great White
No.
Height, but he's trying to. He's
He's got
the
the Irish
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, Irish is correct. Okay, this is great.
All right, so back to the Long Kiss Goodnight. Okay, so then we go back to Gina Davis.
What's the initial thoughts on this? We're like, what do we?
Well,
All right,
initial
yeah,
thoughts.
what are initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts. Should I start? Well, can y'all start? Because I've.
Oh, I'll start since I at no point wanted to review this movie. I literally watched this movie. I remember I tried to watch it early, and I like to group chat James and John when I watch movies. Literally watching this movie 5 minutes in when I hadn't seen Sam Jackson, I was like, "Hey man, you know what it is? Is like this movie one is directed poorly." And you know what? I feel very comfortable saying that because I usually never try to say that. But the director of this movie
with the director.
Well.
This director isn't working anymore, is he?
The director of this movie, so they're...
Ooh.
Oh, that's my phone, probably. So one of the worst movies, the movie that's considered the biggest bomb in Hollywood history, all right, is Cutthroat Island. Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island, okay.
Also starring Gina Davis. That's also directed by this guy. Like, this movie is just so bad. And even when I look at Sam Jackson, the fact that, like... I mean, we'll probably get to it, but there are certain instances of, like... You could tell, like, when you said it was a black person, you can tell that when Gina Davis is at one point trying to hook up with him, Sam Jackson says a thing like, "Oh, are you just a white woman trying to have sex with the black help?" You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like little stuff that I'm like, the fact that, like, if it was rewritten that his child hated him, and the fact that they called him Hennessy, it's like, why? I remember thinking in my head, do I have to finish this movie? It took me 3 days, y'all. 3 days to finish this movie.
Guys,
So my initial thoughts: this movie sucked terribly.
the summary of this film, the log line is: a woman suffering from amnesia begins to recover her memories after trouble from her past finds her again. It has nothing to do with Samuel Jackson.
Guys, I hate this movie so much. I would rather watch. I'd rather watch Blazing Saddles again. That's how much I dislike this movie.
All right, okay. Look, let me take a crack at this. I just want to look up this director real quick. Rennie Harlan. He directed Die Hard 2,
Which is the worst Die Hard.
He directed Deep Blue Sea.
Die Hard 2 is the worst. It's the worst Die Hard by far.
Okay. He directed. No, I don't disagree.
It's cool in the video game though.
He directed. Wow. What the flip? This dude. Okay. This dude directed Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Wait, which one is that?
Not the one with Johnny
Dream
Depp.
Master.
Not the one with Johnny
Man,
Depp.
Dream Warriors is pretty dope.
That's not that one.
That's Dream Warriors is 5 or is it 3? Anyway,
I stopped watching
that
that.
one's not good.
He directed Cliffhanger.
Okay.
He directed Cutthroat Island.
Cliffhanger.
Cutthroat Island, the biggest bomb in Hollywood history to this day.
Wow. He directed Deep Blue Sea, which, I like that. I like Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, same director?
Yeah.
And he directed
we were just
a
championing
film.
that.
I didn't.
We were just talking about how good it was.
We just said it was cool that Sam Jackson died.
No, that moment is cool.
No one said the movie
He directed.
was good.
Oh my goodness! He directed that movie, The Covenant. Oh, that movie's awful.
This is fun.
All right, okay. All right, sorry.
The audience is like, what?
Guys, should I turn it off? No. So here's my thing. My initial thoughts of this film was why? The question why. The question why popped up. There's like a running theme. Like there's a motif of why. You know what I mean? Not just like why was it made, but just like a lot of whys. Like why this way? Why why Samuel L. Jackson? Why Gina Davis? Like why? You know what I mean? Like so yeah, here's the thing. Samuel Jackson's role in this, like, the whole movie could be interesting. Like, part of me is like, I see some Shane Black isms in it, right? I see there is some really great action scenes actually in the film. There are some great action scenes written in. There are some cool, like, that dude, the main villain. He kind of had I liked his performance. I was like, oh, this is an interesting guy.
Wait, was there a villain? I don't even remember.
Yeah. It's like that main white dude who looks really... What's that guy? I've seen that actor a lot.
I've seen that guy before, too.
I feel like he was very popular
And he
in the
still
90s.
looks the exact same.
No,
right?
Yeah, he looks the exact same.
Hold up.
Oh, is this the...
Where's Gina Davis at? Let me
Craig-
Google Gina
Is
Davis.
it Craig Bierko, right?
Bierko?
Yeah. The whole time I was like, this is Craig Bierko, right? But I couldn't tell.
Yeah, anyway. But like... goodness gracious.
Go ahead, John. Save this movie, John. Save it.
The fact that this movie was rewritten for Samuel Jackson is the thing that like really annoys me because I'm really wondering what it was before. Because Samuel Jackson's character is pretty useless. Like,
At one point, he says, "Can't wait for you to say. I'll wait for you to save me again." That's what he says at the finals.
Yeah,
I'll wait for you to save me.
Yeah. And it was like,
but it's a reference to.
It's a bad one, James.
Well, here's the thing: is that I liked that there was a female heroine. Apparently, the studio had like wanted maybe to change it to a male heroine, hero, and screw that. You know what I mean? I like the fact that there was a female heroine. There were some there were certain scenes that I felt like were very Shane Black, like when Samuel Jackson like hollers at the girl, or like kind of sees the girl jogging and he like makes some comment and Gina Davis is like, why you gotta do that? And they have that little kind of talk, all of the references that Samuel Jackson makes to movies, like Driving Miss Daisy and like, oh, I'm just the black help that you're trying to seduce. Like, I liked that. I liked pointing those things out and calling those things out, but they were very few and far between. And like, the movie seemed very interested in or caught up in the plot, which is like Gina Davis is this super assassin who had lost her memory and she starts to gain it back and like.
But they make sure you never forget that she's really attractive throughout this entire.
Oh yeah. I mean, we'll talk about that, I guess.
The entire movie.
So there's just a lot of problems with the movie. Overall, it just really doesn't like. It's just a little too silly and a little too. The direction is not. It is the direction.
It's the director. Man.
The directing in this film is not great, and the performances are pretty good. I would say overall. The script is okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I really don't think this is a terrible
maybe
script.
Maybe it's not the script. Maybe it's not the script.
I do think that the directing, the editing, like it feels too long. It's just like it's not interesting enough, and nothing is really said. And like the biggest flaw, I think the biggest problem in this movie is that Gina Davis and Samuel Jackson, they don't really feel like they have chemistry, and they also you never really understand why they're together. Like, you don't understand the partnership. You don't feel for the partnership. There's a scene where like Gina Davis like kicks Samuel Jackson out the car. He's like, it sounds like you don't need me anymore. And she's like, you're right. And she like basically knocks him out the car, drives around, and then picks him up again. And you're like, why?
And he lays there on the ground.
Smokes a cigarette.
And you're just like,
yo,
but why? You know what I mean? Which brings me back to the theme and motif of why. And, in terms of that, I think this film did a really great job.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's what they said.
Yeah, it makes you question. It's like, why am I watching this? Why am I listening to a recording about, this film? Why am I wasting my life? You know what I mean? Like, why?
Hey, man, I remember that movie. I remember that movie, Captain America, Winter Soldier, or whatever.
Yo, Samuel Jackson is great.
He has a good scene in that. And he like the big
God,
scene.
It's one of my favorite.
He's really great.
I think it's my favorite Marvel film.
It's definitely mine.
And that action sequence is like possibly the best action sequence.
It's definitely mine.
It's emotional.
The Avengers one is like pretty close. Like
he's not in Civil War, right?
No.
Yeah,
he's not.
What's that about?
He addresses it. He addresses it later on because like he's not like Shield doesn't exist, so it's not a Shield problem. So he's trying to like
Shield doesn't exist.
Oh, but
and he's like, isn't he under the radar still?
Yeah, he's under the radar still, but like.
And plus, they only have him signed on for like so many films, and they're probably saving him,
Right.
But that was a good movie, though.
That was a good movie. I did like that. My initial thoughts were I was very conflicted. Because I saw this movie in like 1997 on VHS with my mom and my mom's boyfriend at the time, and like I remember thinking it was so dope. Like so much action.
When you're a kid,
so many explosions. Like it was like it was like so cool. It was sexy. You know what I mean? I was it was 1997.
I gotta say, for the stunt, for like if you're a stunt man, that one stunt actor who gets lit on fire and then falls out and like hangs in those Christmas lights.
Oh yeah,
I was like, that was an amazing stunt.
Yeah. True.
Holy crap! Big ups.
Like, and just like
true.
I thought all that stuff was so cool, and to point to the fact that you are kind of like, why are they together the whole time? I remember when I was a kid being like, this is such an unlikely partnership.
yeah.
Not just because it was black and white, but like they were just so different that
So
it was
different.
like there's this thing that happens in action movies a lot where you're like, these two unlikely people end up working together, blah blah blah, and this just felt like that back then. Watching it now, like. It still kind of hit for me that he's like, I've never done anything right in my life, so I just want to try to do it. Especially the part at the end. Like, when I first saw it as a kid, I did not understand why he just deliberately ignored her, like, her being like, I can't shoot those guys. Don't run out there. Whew, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Like, that hit more for me this time than it did before. But the movie itself, I couldn't believe that he wasn't in more of it. My memory of it was really that it was him and her the whole time. I couldn't believe that he wasn't in more of it. I couldn't believe that like so much of it was so cartoony at times, like such a cartoon. Every line is like a quip. Like you're like, okay, there are too many quips. That's not a duck, that's a dick. Why was that line even? Why was that line even? There's so many of these just like random like lines where you're just like.
What about the line? There's like this really low key quip that Gina Davis doesn't really deliver greatly.
Yeah.
When he's like, I don't want to. Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna. Why don't you just put that in your pants? Like he's like, what? So I can shoot my dick off? He's like, and she says, oh, you're a sharpshooter now?
Yeah. But
she says it like
it was 80 yard. It was totally 80 yard.
It was 80 yard. It like wasn't.
They put it in after.
It didn't land, and I was like, what?
Man.
But yeah, like I don't know. I was very conflicted the whole time because I like wanted it to be better because my memory of it was really it was
This is a
fun
bomb.
movie.
Did y'all see Black Snake Moon?
It's the Black Snake Moon.
That's when he gets Christina Ricci and changed her to a.
No, I haven't.
To
I
like
haven't
a,
No,
seen
that
that
movie looks
movie.
weird. I remember there was a lot of articles that came out about that movie at the time about like just female the imagery of like females in bondage and like being tortured and stuff like that in movies because that also Hostel and like those torture porn kind of movies are big.
But he was trying to save her life because like he's super religious and he was trying to do just throwing out other options.
That's a weird thing. Now we got to talk about The Long Kiss Goodnight. First of all, why is this film called The Long Kiss Goodnight?
She says.
I know she has a line.
Yeah, she says that she gave her the long kiss goodnight. Something about her either her past life or I can't remember what it was in reference to, but it was either her past life or her current spy life. Like it was the spy life or the cutesy life, whichever one. She gave it the long kiss goodnight.
Interesting.
And so then the movie is just sort of it's called The Long Kiss Goodnight. Not because Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis have a long kiss goodnight, because that doesn't happen. But
kind of kiss.
but they don't have the long kiss goodnight at the moment. When
They definitely don't have a long kiss. That's for sure. They have like some pecks on the lips.
Damn,
dude. This movie cost $65 million to make. It only made 33 domestically. It made 56 foreign. So wound up making 89 million, but because it was such a big release, it probably didn't make money.
You ever see that movie Soul Man?
No, I never saw it. That was Bernie Mac's last movie, right?
And they play soul men, soul singers. They're getting back together and they're trying to, not kill each other.
No, but Malcolm D. Lee directed that, right?
Yeah.
Big ups. We brought him up. He's probably the most consistent director we bring up on the show.
Yeah. So let's go through this.
I don't wanna.
No, I know, but we have to.
This movie is so utterly
Should we
bad.
just go through
With
the
Sam
Samuel
Jackson?
Jackson moments?
Was that 10 minutes? Like, nah. Wait.
No, he's in this movie.
Wait, can we
talk? But first, before we talk about Sam Jackson, can we talk about the deer scene
at the beginning?
Yeah, because
I thought it was a dream. At first, I was like, "Oh, is this how she got amnesia?" And then I was like, "Oh, wait, no." And then I was like, "Wait, what?"
This was the beginning of her being
her memory
back
jogged.
to her memory. Yeah,
but she's driving some old drunk dude who kind of puts his hand in her face. Doesn't really matter.
He tries to feel her up too at one point.
Tries to feel her up.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Hey." And then a deer is just on the road, which, happens, terrible. They get into this terrible accident where the deer, his foot kicks her in the face. I was just
Yeah,
like, this is
kicks
one
the
of the
other
most
guy in the
graphic
face,
deer
too. Yeah.
crash scenes I've ever seen. But also, that other guy, she like gets up, she sees the deer is bleeding. There's also a man in the car that is on fire. Her first instinct is go to the deer and snap the deer's neck. And then she collapses. And meanwhile, this dude is just burning alive in a car.
Bro,
and guess what? We never talk about that man ever again.
Yeah.
Bro, she flew out of the window.
It was very intentional.
She flew out
I know.
the window.
No seatbelt.
Like-
bad.
And she just got up and snapped a deer's neck. She flew out the window. Got
Yes,
up.
that's what
After being
happened.
kicked in the face by a deer.
But this movie.
How did she even
stuff
fly
like
out
that
of the
happens.
window? Wouldn't the deer have blocked her?
Yo, what? What?
No,
Why?
the deer doesn't
You know
block
what?
her
Why?
because
You're right, Braylock.
No,
Why?
no. But what happens is the reason that happens, and it's the first instance of something insane happening, is because they hit the tree. The deer flies forward. She flies forward. No.
I mean, maybe. All I know, she got up and snapped.
Oh,
the
you're
deer's
right.
neck.
No, you're right. The deer did fly forward.
Yeah, the deer
That's why
flies
it's
forward.
that
That's why.
she-
And then they're both
Yo.
there, and she's closest to the deer, and then she passes out before she can get to the guy.
You ever trip down like 2 steps and hurt your knee?
I've done that. Yes.
How quickly do you get up after hurting your knee?
I mean, I sit there for a bit going.
And you hold your knee. This
that a
woman
Family Guy
got
reference?
kicked in the face by a deer, flew through a car window.
Yeah, but that's
hopped up.
So, but that's the point. Is we.
She didn't crawl over to the deer.
No, the point is we don't know. Like she's tougher than she looks.
Oh, here's the tagline.
That's the point of that moment.
8 years ago, she lost her memory. Now a detective must help her remember the past before it buries them both.
Ooh.
But he's not a detective.
Yeah.
He's
now
an
a
investigator.
detective.
He's an investigator.
As a
private
he's a
investigator.
PI.
Private investigator.
But they also like running scams. So
But also, like, they don't really show that Samuel L. Jackson is good at his job at all. In fact, I don't really know
No.
when he does.
yeah, that's the thing.
well, because what's her name? Melina, this actress, Melina.
Yeah,
Melina
your friend,
Canacaridis,
your
my
friend.
friend. My friend.
Your
No,
friend.
yeah, we hang out. We hang out.
Yeah, your old
Your friend.
girlfriend,
My old girlfriend,
Melina.
Melina Canacaridis. Yep.
Does your current girlfriend know about your famous actor?
Hey,
ex-girlfriend?
she doesn't listen to the podcast. I don't think so.
So she's the one who figured out. She's the one who did all the detective work. Samuel Jackson doesn't do squat. He
No, but
apparently
he's-
can't shoot.
No, but he's a good. He's
He
he's
can't
a good
quote
showman.
unquote
He's a good
do
showman.
anything right. What? He's not even a good showman.
You don't think so?
He doesn't even have. He doesn't even have basic like there's that
Detective
one.
skills.
There's that one part where he's like, he's holding the gun to the. First of all, he knocks out the dude who is actually helping them. So he's wrong about that guy.
Right.
And then there's another guy who he's somewhat suspicious of, and then he's like, oh no, he's probably cool. He's wrong about that. I don't know what he does to help in this movie. In fact, I think he actually slowed her down the whole time.
I think he did too.
Wait, but hold up.
I'm not even kidding.
But hold up. But is that what he did though? But then at the end of the movie, to jump ahead to the beautiful thing that he
But
says.
he- but that's
even
his-
in the end, he
At the
barely
end,
does
he's like-
anything.
No,
Even
but
in
at
the end.
he looks at the daughter and he says, "You got your mama's eyes.
What? That's disgusting.
Don't let anybody tell you different."
What is it?
There's
line
moments
doesn't-
before she realizes that her father is this horrible villain.
Yeah, but I mean, the daughter didn't
I don't know.
Right, but the
he
daughter-
wasn't there, so I don't know why.
Also, the father, like, I don't know if
he
that
was
was
not
true.
present when,
Yeah.
right? He wasn't present when
No,
they
he
we
wasn't
don't know
present.
if the father
the
was
father
really
never
father.
tried to claim that she was his kid.
No, that was.
Oh, we're supposed to assume?
Yeah.
Yo,
I
okay.
don't-
If we have to talk about this movie, I just want to talk about one thing.
Of course
It's
we
the
have to
whole time we see. No, I'm saying, like, talking about Gina Davis. Like, Gina Davis literally is a sex object throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
The whole
Like,
movie.
Well,
The
hear me
whole-
out, because even when she's
don't
Mrs.
agree.
Claus, when you first see her in the car, as
Mrs.
Mrs. Claus,
Claus.
they're like, Miss Claus is hot, and they start like,
Wait, is her name Claus?
no,
but
she's dressed as
dresses up as Mrs.
Oh,
Claus.
they do say
And
that's
they-
the first thing.
That's the first thing they say.
Yeah, they said Mrs. Claus.
And
is hot.
then the next shot is like the party or whatever. Then this deer thing happens, and it happens because the dude has his hand in her face and then tries to like squeeze her boob.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And literally, there's probably not even a 5-minute window when someone doesn't address how Gina Davis looks. Sam Jackson does it. Like, literally, everyone talks about how attractive
Yeah.
she is throughout this whole, even when she's beating people up, people talk about how attractive she is.
I mean,
Sam Jackson says, "Yeah, you got a better you don't worry, you look better than her from the neck up."
Yo, in the car, right?
I remember going like, somehow that's a diss.
Yo, it's like,
And then she's like, oh, great, because she has big boobs.
yeah, right?
But Gina Davis has big boobs.
Yo, bro, the whole movie it's like the whole movie, especially if okay, I know we got to talk about Sam
This is
Jackson.
something I want to say, though.
Hold on, wait. I know we got to talk about Sam Jackson.
No.
But Gina Davis, we have to remember, Gina Davis was an actress that was so well respected, okay? Like a league of their own.
League of their
All
own.
right, you know what I'm saying? Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise.
Like, she was respected.
I mean, she is respected.
No, I'm not saying she's not anymore, but I'm like, this movie here almost reduced her to like, she was eye candy. Yes, she was fighting people.
But hold up.
Beetlejuice.
You made it sound like you
No,
had
no.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Rennie Harlan is
Fly.
the director of this, right?
Yeah.
They were
Cutthroat Island.
they were married at the time, so maybe she was cool with it.
Yeah, because she was also in Cutthroat Island, too.
They were married at the
Back
time.
to back. This movie might have been the one that did Gina, because Gina Davis was the first woman getting like $100 million.
No, immediately after this, she did Stuart Little back to back to back.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is the one that broke her.
No, she did like. I don't think this broke her. She did
She
Stuart
wasn't the
Little
star.
back to back to
She
back.
wasn't the star. Stuart Little. You know who's the star? That little CGI mouse.
It's true. She's not the star.
She's not
No,
the
but
star
what
of
I'm
that.
saying, like,
When's the last time she
oh,
led a
yeah,
movie?
yeah. And you know what? Stuart Little was 4 years after this. 3 years
I
after
think this movie, I think that Cutthroat Island in this movie broke her. Because she, at one point,
A little
again, she was the female actress who got $80 million budgets. You know what I'm saying? Cutthroat Island is the biggest bomb in the history of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And that's a tough title to have. But anywho, Sam
This
Jackson.
movie is a long kiss goodnight, let me tell you right now.
Good job. I like that.
Oh, thank you. So here's the thing.
I mean, was it good?
I mean, no, it wasn't good. Yeah, I mean, it's like good night. Like
Man,
I'm putting you to
Cutthroat
sleep.
Island budget was $98 million. Mm-hmm. It got $10 million.
And it's considered,
$98 million was the budget.
yeah, bro.
It made
It's on.
Worldwide.
it made $10 million.
Stop laughing. That's not funny.
That is just
I would say this.
so little money. It's just like no money. You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
I say
like
this.
that is
when I finish
no
watching
money.
this
Like-
movie, that movie right now, if you have like HBO Go, it's on like HBO Go or something like that. Watch it. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
my
It's
goodness.
an interesting watch.
Matthew Modine is in that movie.
So okay,
Frank
God.
Langella.
I'm trying to. Okay, so here's the thing. Goodness. So basically, Samuel Jackson, you know, he comes to her house because his partner finds out some more information. So he goes to Gina Davis's house, but Gina Davis is
And he's there to con her. We have to be clear.
He's there to con
He's there
her.
to con her, right? Like he just wants to like
String her along.
you know. Yeah.
So
He's not a good person, is what you're saying.
he's
James.
not.
No, he's not. He's not. He's definitely.
His arc in the movie is supposed to be the fact that he's never done a good thing in his life, and then he tries to do one and he gets shot up for it.
Yeah, but then he ultimately saves them.
So that part was also rewritten,
Oh.
and that part was rewritten when they screened the movie, and somebody shouted out while they were watching the film when Samuel Jackson dies. And they shouted, "You can't kill Sam Jackson!"
Yeah, you sure can't. Not in 1996, you can't.
And then
Not in 1996.
They wrote it that he didn't die, but he was supposed to die.
I can't do this.
Well, you can't do it because he was supposed to die.
I can't do this. This movie's so bad, man. Like the thing is, like as we're trying to like, and John, you're trying to save it. This movie's so bad. Like the thing is, Sam Jackson literally at that point screams, "Y'all can't kill me!" and starts driving a car.
Let me
I
tell
think-
you. Wait,
I'm
let me
almost
tell you
positive
this.
the reason he says "y'all can't kill me" is because the person in the movie theater said "you can't kill Sam Jackson," so they took what that person said and then they put it in the movie.
And let me just tell you this. It was amazing. In 1997, when I saw this movie and he just gets up, oh, man. Oh, man.
How does
I was
he not-
like, what?
How does he not die?
Yes.
well, it doesn't make any sense.
How does he not die?
There is
Yeah,
no.
because the thing blows up. He goes through a sign. He goes through the wall, through a sign, lands in the tree, falls down from the tree, still manages to get up after that.
And then get
Throw a
shot.
knife.
Gets shot in the leg, gets shot in
the chest.
In the chest.
drives the car on the shot up leg.
Yeah.
Also, Anyway, whatever. This is an action movie, though.
I remember my mom saying out loud, "Look at him. He gonna die." Like at the part when they sitting in the car at the end, and he's like trying to be like, you know, you got your mama's eyes. I was like, he about to die right now. There it is. And it didn't happen.
Yeah, they didn't kill him. Or they didn't after people yelled at them.
I mean, okay, can we talk about him as
come on, guys.
Can we talk about him as a...
First of all, wait, can I just say something real quick? We are 3 professional podcasters. We get paid to podcast. We went to South by Southwest. We had Keegan Michael Key in this studio.
These are all of our credits. Okay, all right.
We can do something with this movie. Why is this movie making this one of the most boring episodes of Black Man Can't Jump?
It's simply because...
It's A Long Kiss Goodnight.
No,
it's starring Gina Davis.
That's why. There you go.
That's why. That's why.
It stars.
That's why.
And Samuel L. Jackson appears in the film.
You know who Sam Jackson is in this movie? You know who Sam Jackson is? This movie is Pinocchio, and he's Jiminy fucking Cricket.
Oh,
that's who he is.
Don't make him Jiminy Cricket.
He's Jiminy fucking Cricket.
Don't make him Jiminy Cricket.
Can I just say,
that's who he is.
Just cut into the end. I really thought there was a part when Samuel Jackson, because I was like, damn, he died. And then because this is the first time I've seen this movie, when he comes back and he's like, you can't kill me. There's a part of me that got so happy. And I was like, he's going to kill the bad guy. It's going to redeem this whole film. And then he's driving and then he just parks the car. And I'm like, wait, why is he parking the car? And then Gina James is like, yo, hold up real quick. Bah!
Yo.
And just like shoots something.
No, he shouldn't have.
Does the most like.
My man is Jiminy Cricket,
awesome
bro.
No, but hold up.
Goes up and she just machine guns the dude.
But real talk though. I think it is redeemable that he ultimately saves them at the end.
My man is a magical Negro without the magic, bro.
No, it was very magical. He came back to life.
He didn't kill the big bad.
He came back
He
to
didn't
life.
kill the big bad.
That's literally magic.
You know what he did?
He has no wisdom.
He even made a joke about it in the movie. He says, he makes a Driving Miss Daisy joke. He wakes up.
He does make a Driving Miss Daisy joke.
You know what he does? You know what he does, James III? He wakes up to drive the car. My man didn't shoot nobody. My man drove the car. And with that scene ended with, hey, I can't drive no more. Thanks, driving Negro, for driving us out here. Let me kill the bad guy.
But he drove with, he's half dead. He drove on the, I think this is just the one, this is the one part of the movie that I think is slightly redeemable, is that he does do something. Cause you guys are right.
That's
like
true.
he gets in the way every other time.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? You're right, James.
No,
all he needed to do was drive a car. That's all he had to do to say today.
He is a good chauffeur.
He's a great chauffeur. You know what? And he did it without wearing that hat that Morgan Freeman had to wear and driving Miss Daisy.
Man.
He just had to get beat up and shot up a little bit.
Did he get an Oscar nomination for this?
Who?
for this? Shut up.
A black man driving a white woman.
You know what?
Wait.
He was wrong. We all saw Morgan Freeman became a star to driving that white lady around. My man was in this movie, drove her around and her daughter. He didn't get nothing. He one-upped it. He had 2 white girls in the car.
No, she said, and then at the end she said, "Have you forgotten? We're rich." Right? She said that, right?
Yeah.
So then he's rich at the end.
Remember that? Well, we never see him. At the end
see
of
him
the
on
film,
Larry King.
At the end of the film, we don't see him with his son again. We see him instead. We see him on Larry King, and you're like, okay. And then his ex-wife, or maybe not, they
baby
never
mama,
got married.
we don't know.
His baby mama and his son are watching the TV. They don't speak any words because they were like, you Negroes are under 5. You understand?
Oh my
you get under 5.
Oh.
We ain't paying you more than 5 lines.
Blinking and breathing counts as
You
under
blink
5.
and you look, and that's it.
Don't you dare do a single
No,
tear.
she was a featured.
And then
wait,
they were
hold
like,
up.
but wait, though,
she was a
they said
featured
the white-
extra. The boy wasn't under 5.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was a featured extra. The boy was an under 5. And they said, don't give him any lines. And then, and they're watching.
But what
And
that
they're watching
moment,
on the
what that
screen.
moment told was, it said like,
Oh, did it say something?
yeah,
What's that?
because the whole movie, the even though she's not in it.
Yeah.
The understanding is that she looks down on him and what he does.
Right.
And we learn in that the president singled him out.
The president singled him out. And now he's on Larry King.
Yeah.
And we're like, look at this respectable black man. Women learned to call me Frank and Ernest. They call me Frank in Chicago and Ernest in New York. And then he did a little jig and he danced off the stage.
No, he didn't
Because
do that.
as Jimmy the Cricket,
Did he not
dance
do
off.
a little jig at the end of the movie?
He did.
And dance off the stage?
But hold up.
James, did you see him click his heels, James?
All right.
He clicked his heels in that same scene.
No,
I saw it. John, did you see it? He said, clicked his heels and vanished.
He said,
That nigga was gone.
clicked his heels.
wait, but I didn't see that.
And Larry King said,
I didn't see that.
where that nigga go?
No, wait.
I done seen about everything. That's what Larry King said. Him, because it was Larry King and the two other people, all of a sudden all of them started singing in unison. I done seen about everything.
But wait,
but I ain't seen an elbow fly.
No, but wait. Oh, no.
Save it, James.
That
Save
wasn't
it.
what happened. What happened was he was just being, because at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, what is it?
Because at the beginning of the movie, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you're doing right
At the beginning of the movie.
He trying to make it serious. He trying to save it.
No, because at the beginning of the movie, he didn't say I didn't steal, because you know what, he did steal. He didn't back down from himself. You know what I mean?
He laughed when he said
He's always
it.
been true to him. See, he was like, tell your mama I don't steal from the local joints.
Yeah, and he laughed.
And then he laughed because he's being himself. You know what I mean?
Why are you being emotional about it?
And then at the end of the movie, on national television,
He could have brought his son to watch him on TV or
in front
something
of
at
his,
least. if
no,
he
he couldn't. You want to know why he couldn't? Because his
Okay.
wife wouldn't let him because she ain't love him.
Right, and then she was like, oh, maybe he's respectable.
Until
Then
he
he said nope, and then he said, "I'm gonna be me." You know what I mean? He was
he's
like,
a
"I'm gonna be
womanizer.
me."
He's a sexist pig.
He's a womanizing
Pig.
thief.
Yeah.
They call me Frank and Ernest, but it was a joke, though.
So basically, his joke is that he's disgusting to women.
No, it's a joke, though.
But what's the joke?
Yeah.
What's the joke?
But I'm
mean?
saying it's a joke. It just like he's being.
The joke is the fact that he is a womanizer and has women in different cities.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. There was nothing.
Yeah, there's.
I mean,
I tried.
So
You really did try real
you
hard.
tried, real, and we gave you time to do it.
Yeah,
You really did.
So
Back to this nigga over here clicking his heels. so back to this.
By the way, time out. Like, I love Samuel L. Jackson.
We love him.
We all love Samuel L.
good
Jackson,
for him.
and I like him in this
I
movie.
like him in this movie. He's
Hey
great.
man, I like Sam Jackson.
I
You know what, Sam
much
Jackson?
respect.
I'm a fan, and I don't like you in this movie. And if y'all
You
haven't
don't
seen
like
me in
his
the movie, y'all
character
think
in
I
the
said-
movie. You don't like.
Well,
you
that's
don't
the thing. It's his character. I don't like the character. And
Don't
it's
you like him though?
The problem is he's a representation of that character. The character's name is Hennessy. The character is not respectable. The character does not grow. And even when he has his shining moment where he
character
comes
does
back,
grow.
Oh, hear me out. I'm about to say, when he does have his shining moment and comes back to save the day, when he saves the day, it is undercut by him making a joke. They call me Frank and Ernest. And the thing is, if this was a different movie, he shouldn't, instead of seeing him on Larry King, which shows
we would have seen him at his home.
At his home.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
was
he
mad we didn't
cares-
see him at his home.
we see her at
I'm
home.
so mad that I didn't see
Why
it.
are we not seeing this dude with his
I mean,
family?
the movie ends with her. The movie ends with her in a
Here's
white
why.
dress with long hair again. I don't know how the hair grew out.
but wait.
with her daughter playing in a farm with some farm animals.
But let's
with
be
her.
real though. We don't see him at his home because they did tests. The movie is
That's true.
$65 million. They were done with it.
That's true.
He
They
was
killed him.
dead several scenes ago.
Yeah, they weren't going to give him any wrap up.
And that's why he's in the car. He didn't get out because the way she always killed him was the way that she does in the movie.
Right.
So we see him in the car. He's the one that
get
drives.
out because that's another set.
He doesn't get out.
piece.
That's a whole other thing.
You could
right?
just film him in the car.
Right.
On the
We
location.
we see him on Larry King because it was like we got Larry King. Boom, we did this. We don't see him with his family because that's a one-day shoot. We couldn't get. You know what I mean? Like,
Can I see one thing? Can I add you? Can I see my man walk into the door? Can I see my man walk into the, because we see the house. We know
We
what
do
it's
see the
like. Can I
house.
see my man come in there with like a toy, some flowers for his wife or ex-wife, and knock on the door, take a deep
They
breath.
could have done that.
Take a
yeah,
deep breath.
that could have
the-
been it. And
they
they,
had the kid
they
and the-
chose to do Larry
they
King.
had the kid and the mom.
You know what? You're right. They chose to do Larry King. But what if this happened though? What if this happened? Little boy has school. Okay. So he couldn't get out of school.
No, it could have been that time. You know what? You know what?
It's
This
Samuel
I
movie,
loved
Jackson.
how we just skipped
Samuel
to the end
Jackson.
of this movie, by the way.
Well,
We can
jump around. I just would like to say that I understand what this movie is saying. This movie is saying, you know what? If we're going to rewrite a movie with a black lead, of course he can't love his wife and kids. Of course he can't be the smartest guy in the world.
I get
of
that is what this movie says.
Of course, you know what?
I mean, honestly, that is what this movie says.
Of course, instead
they
of giving
rewrote it so that this could be the character.
No, I'm saying, of course, we're going to give the female lead this white angelic outfit. But you know what? Not that black dude. That black guy, you know what he cares about? Fame and money.
Oh,
so you know
man.
what? Let me do it. Oh, let me ask a favor, okay, Mr. President? Do me one favor. Let's put the black man on Larry King so he can make a sexist joke and laugh about it and then click his heels and disappear. And then have all the white dudes sing, I ain't never seen. Let's do that movie.
I thought that the I ain't never seen the Dumbo song was a little over the
Why
top.
they put the Dumbo song in there, man?
Yeah, I
Wait.
mean, it is. It's right here in Wikipedia. It was Matthew Broderick or Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
So he could have still been a sniveling character, though.
No,
I
I'm
think it
fine
was.
with that. But you name my man Hennessy, and
But
the thing,
he probably would have had a little bit more of a, I don't know, man. Who knows?
I keep trying. I don't know why. Fuck this movie, honestly. Like, there's no point. Like, I don't know why I'm trying to.
I'm trying to think of other things that we could talk about.
I can tell you one thing, and this is not to jump around. I'm not trying to go out of
I
order.
mean, we're jumping around.
The
Who
fact that this
cares?
movie didn't have a swirl is disgusting.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
really.
2 opportunities for a swirl action.
Well, so you want to talk about the 2 scenes?
Yeah, let's talk about the first, and they're back to back. They're back to back. Gina Davis cuts her hair. Now she's back to super sexy spy mode. Which women, don't get it wrong, we understand that's fucked up in the first place. So
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
point is
Wait,
she's a
but
sexy
Also, she
spy.
cuts her hair and then dyes it platinum blonde, and then also like
Has the red lipstick on.
has the like a lot of lipstick on, and then she's like, "Yeah, what?" And also, every time she's tortured, she's tortured a lot in this movie or whatever. They always just like rip her shirt off. Did
She's
you
always-
notice that?
she's always in a white
Did you
beater.
notice that in the end of the movie too? Like she's wearing this like longer gown, and they just rip off the shirt, but for no reason.
She is in a wife beater every time she fights somebody.
I will say this, though. And we
see her in a shower.
Because we crapping on this part of the movie, because this movie was written and directed by men. So
Yeah.
that's true. But also, ladies, if you want to be in a white beater, be in a white beater. You know what I mean? If you want to wear that lipstick, wear that lipstick. If
No,
you
man,
want to
you
be
can-
sexy as fuck, be sexy as fuck.
No, man, I'm not
However it is that you're trying to be sexy as fuck, in the lipstick or not in it.
I get that. All I'm simply saying is, we see her dye her hair. She's in a towel. She comes out. Sam Jackson's doing some stuff. She exposes her breast to distract him, right? To distract him.
Yes.
Exposes her breast to distract him.
We don't see them.
You know, we don't see him. She's very calm about it, and I respect that scene. All right, could have been a swirl there, but we don't know what's happening yet. Next
Right,
scene.
next scene,
Next
yeah.
scene. The very next scene of 2 of them, man. She posts them against the wall. A see-through. Where were they? Where were they?
Where were they? Where were they?
Yeah, what was
that?
this?
I
Yeah,
didn't
James,
understand
where
that
were
scene at
they?
all.
They, like, didn't
When
they
she
go to
first
some-
did that, I thought I was like, oh, maybe there's a person around the corner.
Was
she
it
was
a
like,
club or an
remember? Because she was
elevator?
like,
They were at some,
remember
like-
she was like, shh, shh, and I was like, oh, there must be a bad guy around. She's just doing that to distract or
Oh yeah, to blend in.
no, it wasn't any of that.
Yeah, where were
they?
they?
They're at some hotel.
Why? Like John said, bunch of whys.
Yeah, it's good.
So she
running
pushes him
motif.
against the wall, grabs his butt. She does a squeeze butt action. We all know when lady squeezes your butt, brothers, she's in the zone.
She's in the zone.
She's in the zone.
She's in the zone.
So she leans in for the kiss, right? Starts kissing on his ears, whatever. Sam Jackson makes his line about, oh, are you just a white woman trying to have sex with the help? Right?
Right.
I think he even says like the black help. So we know.
Yeah.
So we know that he knows what's going on. This could have been a swirl right here. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, this is the moment at the spy. Like if this roles were reversed and like, you know, he was the lead spy and she was like the one helping him. Trust and believe they would have had sex.
And she basically was, and then he like kind of had the picture of the guy that she liked and her kid, and was like, "You're just trying to forget about them, but you're still Samantha." Basically, there was like that whole kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, which
she also
I-
like kind of kissed him on the lips, like a little bit.
Yeah, she gave him like a. First off,
Just a little bit.
if you're trying to seduce somebody, you're not gonna give them a long kiss goodnight. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna longingly kiss them. First off, she kissed him with her eyes open.
Yeah.
You don't kiss people. Yo.
All right.
Both of y'all got spout. Y'all in a relationship. It's cool to say that. Do y'all kiss y'all girlfriends with your eyes wide open, staring at them in the face?
I mean, sometimes I like to look.
What?
Sometimes, yeah. That's an experience that you don't always have. So you open your eyes and you take a look. That's not the first kiss.
No, the first kiss is definitely not eyes open.
I mean, but you
But then
long-
sometimes it's like, oh, let me look at my beautiful girlfriend while I kiss her. Like with my eyes open. Sometimes, yeah.
I've definitely kissed my girlfriend with my eyes open before.
My point,
that's what we're saying.
My point is,
point though. The
You
first
just asked the question.
Are you
We had
going
to answer.
to long
in a
kiss?
seduction kiss, you're probably closing your eyes.
Yeah, you
You know
close
what I'm
them
saying?
eyes.
I'm trying to seduce you. I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you a peck on
Yeah.
the cheek. On your lips, and then come on,
When
man.
Melina Kanakrides and I, when we kiss,
yeah,
how'd that go?
When
How'd
we
that
kiss,
go?
sometimes I open my eyes.
Oh, you open your eyes? Did she have her eyes open and you guys like connect one eye?
Yeah,
'cause you
we
can't see
do.
both?
We stare into one eye. We try to match the same eye at the same time.
You
Oh,
wink?
that's
Do you wink
interesting.
though? You wink?
Yeah,
You like a winker.
Yeah.
John definitely is a winker. I feel like John definitely winks to be like, I know what's happening.
Okay.
Say no, but it was like this. The thing is, this movie could have had that part, and I totally understand. Like they were like trying to make it a bigger deal. Like, oh, you know what sucks is I understand John that he had the picture, but to me it's like just another excuse on why the black dude hook up with the
Also,
chick.
also they could have cast that actor as a black dude.
Could have had him be black. Could have had him
Right.
be Puerto Rican. Could have had him be Asian.
You know, he didn't have to be white.
Wait, which dude?
her the love of her life, like the dude,
Her new love.
the dude back home.
The dude
it's not
back
a husband
home.
because I don't think they were
Yeah,
married.
they weren't married.
The dude back home.
I mean, they
He
could
could
have
have been
been.
black. Why not?
You know, he could have been
you're
any
right.
race.
Could have been any race.
I think you're right.
But you know what? They only had room for one minority because we all know the other two minorities didn't get a chance to really speak. I'm really not sure their son spoke. I know James said he spoke.
No, he did because he
Were there
explains.
the only 3 black people
He
in the
goes,
film?
yeah, for sure.
Oh, no, there was
but
one-
he goes.
remember any of
Yeah,
it.
Mama called all the different places after you gave me that
Oh,
bike or whatever. it was.
the son definitely spoke because the son was like, and I can't take this. You know how Mama gets. You know, he gave the toy back. I remember he also said, Mama said, you stole the
Mama
the
said
bike.
you stole it.
Yeah.
And she called all them.
That's right. Then he
And
eased
he
on
said,
down the road
I
after
don't
that,
steal
huh?
locally. And he said, tell your mama, I don't steal locally.
All right.
I'm a black man, I steal.
All right. I
What
mean,
is
it's-
that voice?
honestly, it's true. Here's the thing. Here's the trouble that I'm having right now too. Is this is the second time this has happened. But what movie am I going to talk about right now? Because this movie sucked.
Wait, did you do your swirl?
Well, the thing is, like,
That was it.
the thing is,
Was that it?
That
That was it, right?
This is the saddest episode.
The thing that's so
We are
sad.
professional podcasters.
listen, hear me out.
We've done 60 episodes.
Hear me out. Hear
We
me
have
out,
people.
man.
We are featured on iTunes Editor's Choice for a year. We've been in lists. We've been mentioned on SplitSider and Salon and
Man.
Huffington Post.
These are
man,
our credits.
You know what? But you know what? You know what? Actually, you know what, John? Is I think this movie encapsulates everything that is wrong. Like basically what our podcast is about is like this movie took a black man, rewrote the script. And again, like I want to actually try to find the actual real script because I do love Shane Black. But like rewrote the script.
Yeah, Shane Black kind of like put a little bit of distance of himself in this
Yeah.
movie because he was like the script was rewritten a bunch of times.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't mind that his character was a degenerate. I don't. But my only problem is that how much had changed. Like, I'm pretty sure if this would have been like Matthew Broderick, they would have had a sex scene. It would have been weird. She probably would have been the aggressor in
Or
that
maybe even
scene.
a closer sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it would've been-
They don't
yeah.
actually have sex because I think they probably definitely want to maintain her holding on to that life, her Samantha life. But maybe they would have gotten a little bit closer, and then maybe he would have been like, "Wait, no."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then even the fact at the end, I'm pretty sure, like, it's so tricky, man, because, like, to see his family watching him on TV and hear him make that joke bothers me to such an extent. And I'm wondering, was that one of the things that were written?
Right.
Because the whole thing of the podcast, right? We always talk about injustices for, like, women, people of color. Gina Davis, the star of this movie, is a sex symbol. You know what I'm saying? Literally, half the joke she's made is, like, Sam Jackson said at one point, "Oh, how do you know him? We bump pelvises, duh." And like, I don't mind that type of like sexual ownership.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. But I would at least love to see the fact of like, I almost felt like she was forced to go take care of her daughter. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even feel like, and the thing is, it's different if the movie would have ended with her back in, forgot the character's name, but with the short hair, hard lipsticks, and then taking care of her daughter, instead for her having to revert back to like the innocent one.
Yeah.
Because basically what you're saying
Yeah.
is like women should be empowered.
Well,
women
yeah,
should
that
do
was
this.
one of like the
imagery of that was
I really didn't
interesting.
like. I really didn't like the line that Samuel L. Jackson had that was like, he said like, but that must have come from somewhere. You know, like talking about how like this other person was a better like the person she
because of what?
Well,
because
it was a better person. It wasn't.
Well, what I'm saying is like the
assassin killer, like
the assassin killer was what? Obsessed with sex, with violence. Why couldn't she grow?
But at that point, though, yeah, sure, she didn't kill people, but it was more like her attitude that he didn't like. Like he, like you know what I mean? Like he was like, and she was like, kids, I don't want kids. So that too, like
she
it's
was
almost
mean
like
to her kid.
See, to
that
me,
was her child.
Yeah, it was hers.
Yeah, but had she not been like that with her,
Then the kid wouldn't have said, Mama, life is pain, get up, don't die. And then Gina Davis goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, wakes up.
Because to me, it's different if this movie would empower somebody.
Guys.
Who, like, the thing is, who did this movie empower, or who came out looking good in this movie?
I mean, I think it's supposed to empower Gina Davis.
Because even Gina Davis's character, it wasn't the real her that like grew.
Well,
no,
to be
but
fair,
it was because they
it
tried
was the real her,
tried to
at the end of the movie where she throws the knife and she's just like,
but she's
like,
not
I'm
herself.
Still, I think that was supposed
is,
to be like, I'm still myself. I'm still like this cool, awesome.
Yeah, they like
assassin.
tried to. I mean, this is a stretch, but they really tried to blend the two. Like they tried to show that she loved her daughter, even though she was talking like, I don't fucking want a kid, blah blah blah.
But my thing is, why does she regress back to the angelic version of herself?
She still has blonde hair.
But she
does still have blonde hair, which I thought was so weird.
I think that's part. I think that the idea is that she, right? I mean, it's hard. How do you show?
She has blonde hair, but it's not as blonde. But it's definitely more blonde than she was in the beginning.
She throws
but it's
the knife.
longer. But then she does throw the knife, and she's like, "Hey, yo, I'm still like this cool chick."
And she still has. Not only does she still have all the money, but she has a bunch of passports, and so
she had
she's
a gun
like,
too in that.
And a gun. So I think the idea is that like she blended both sides.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I think she is supposed to be both.
But what's that other
there
movie?
Is
what's
that imagery thing that I totally.
Point of No Return. That's sort of the same movie.
What, is there a black
the film, Le Film Nikita.
Oh, Le Film Nikita.
Le Film Nikita, is it that one? There are all these movies where it's like the women are two sides. It
might be Le Film Nikita, right?
And Point of No Return too.
I don't know that one.
Point of No Return is.
When did that come out?
That's Fonda, right?
Oh, Jane Fonda?
I think.
Oh man,
I might be wrong.
Did she have a black cricket who disappears?
She didn't have a black.
Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda.
Why are you talking about that movie though?
Just sort of because those movies are about like the two sides of the coin of the.
You're right. She's an assassin in that.
The women. The two sides of the coin.
Right, but there's no black movie in that movie.
Like there's no black person in that movie. I was just talking about because we're trying to reconcile like who she became at the end of this movie. So I brought up these other movies.
Cool. Are we done with this?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the swirl. I mean, there's no swirl that should be had because the swirl should have existed.
And honestly, this movie was terrible. So we're good here.
I mean, so many Sam.
This is so sad.
Honestly, we could talk about a good Sam Jackson movie right now if we want to.
Let's just talk about Sam Jackson that was sweating off this podcast. Well, let's do the cause real quick. The cause, for those of you who don't know, we rate films that much. But here's the thing: we can't rate this film on how much we liked it or didn't like it. We have to rate it based on the fact did it help the cause of more leading black actors in Hollywood. That's what we got to rate it.
We have to rate it on that.
We got to rate it on that. So with that being in mind, it's black fist if it's fully helped the cause, a white palm if it was so, or nothing if it didn't. So with that in mind, you got to think about it. All right, on the count of three, we're going to do this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this movie got nothing. This movie got 0. John didn't even do it. John didn't even do his actually about the 3 bit.
Because I was trying.
This movie got 0. It got nothing from all 3 of us.
Yeah, because I was trying my best to like look up the Sam Jackson movies that happened right after this, and I was like, I can't.
But here's the thing: what's good about it is
this is the first movie that's gotten not even a white palm. There's no movie that's gotten 3 nothing.
This movie is bad.
Wait, but not only is this movie bad, but he's not the lead. Like
his character isn't.
This movie got nothing because at the beginning of this podcast we said one thing, which was we shouldn't have done this movie. And now we're at the end, and we gave it no anything.
But here's the reason I gave it nothing is because of Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson. He's going to do him. This movie definitely didn't like show people like, oh, he should be the lead of a movie. And after this, he did some. Look, this
after
movie
this,
didn't do anything to show that. Also, the race stuff in this movie is like, whoa, no. Like, it's a whoa, no is what I call it.
Whoa, no.
No,
No, James, it's a whoa.
No, I'm just talking
James.
about. No, wait, I'm just.
It's a whoa. No. I love that
I
saying
agree
now.
with. I agree with. I agree with. Whoa, no.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the movies that he did right after this.
I love that.
Like
What
he
did he
did
do after this?
Well, so Long Kiss Goodnight
Great-
was in '96, which he did a lot of movies in '96.
Dude, he does 4 a year.
But then in '97. 187 came out, which we have established he's the lead of, but that was an indie.
That's an indie.
He's
But
Bobby.
have you guys seen it? He's
I
good
haven't
in
seen
it.
it,
It's
so
kind of
it's good.
like Substitute, but starring a black dude. If you guys have seen that movie,
I haven't.
Black the two.
Sphere, which was a high
Great.
profile movie.
I actually love Sphere. And
The
he's good at it.
Negotiator
But
was
he's
in
not the lead.
'98 as well.
Out of sight. Oh, he only had a cameo on that. Never mind. He was in.
So anyway, and then Star Wars was in '99. So
Great. Again, not the lead. The thing is,
wow.
I'm just saying.
Hold on, let me hope. No, to
They
John's
didn't even
point.
let the black woman speak in this movie.
To John's point, I'm actually to list the 10 movies he did after this to tell you, and you tell me, do you think he was the lead or not, if you know or not. Okay. I'm going to say the most famous ones. All right. Eve's Bayou. Is he the lead?
No, right?
Not the lead. Jackie Brown. Is he the lead?
No, of course not. Pam
Not the
Grier's
lead. Sphere. Is he the lead?
No, but one of the co-leads for sure.
Okay. The Negotiator.
Definitely a lead. Definitely the lead of that movie.
He's the lead of that movie.
He's the lead of the
Okay.
Negotiator.
Okay. Out of Sight. Not the lead. Has a brief cameo. Star Wars. And then Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, he's not the lead
Not
of
the
either
lead
of
in
those.
neither of those. But Star Wars is high profile though.
Of course, high profile. I mean, Sam Jackson is a high profile. I think we've established that.
I mean, Sam
Yeah.
Jackson is the man. We
Here's the
just
thing,
wanted
I
better.
love- I do love
Sam Jackson is the man.
Sam Jackson is the man. I love Sam Jackson.
He's the man.
And the thing about Sam Jackson is I respect. So he's one of these dudes is that he's a working actor and he's going to do films and he doesn't have the same, like some people are very selective. He's not very selective, but he is still selective because he's Samuel L. Jackson and he gets to select the movies that he wants to be in.
Yeah.
You know, I was reading this article in the New York Times talking about how he basically selects movies based on like whether or not he thinks it's cool. So
Yeah.
like he was in Snakes on a Plane because he called up some dude and was like, yo, he called up the director and was like, you're making a movie about snakes on a plane? The guy was like, yeah. And he was like, poisonous snakes on a plane? He's like, yeah. He goes, cool, I'm in. And like,
That's insane.
I
Yo.
respect that. Like, I think
Now,
that's so
I
dope.
have one new goal in life, which is to develop an idea that makes Sam Jackson want to call and say, "I'll be in this movie."
Yeah, like I think it's cool that
New
Samuel
goal.
Jackson is like he is in so many movies. He's in this movie coming up, the Peculiar Miss
Yes,
Peregrine.
I can't wait for that
And I'm
shit.
like, what the flip?
I
Like,
can't wait for that shit.
who knows how this man fits in all these movies? Like he's in so many movies.
Yeah, he has what five or six that have not come out yet, but that are like set to release.
Yeah.
Like
Even when he's not good,
He's still Sam Jackson.
he's enjoyable. And then when he is good, you're like, this is great. You know what I mean? So mad respect for Sam Jackson. Even
mad
doing films
respect.
like Long Kiss Goodnight.
Mad
Honestly.
respect.
I'm gonna tell y'all why I gave this movie nothing.
Yeah, why'd you give it nothing?
Man, oh man, where do I start? Okay, I hate how this movie ended for him. I don't like seeing Sam Jackson click his heels and disappearing.
Yeah, that was weird.
Makes me feel so weird that he turned into Jimmy the Cricket in real life. Don't like it.
It was especially weird because there was no animation throughout the entire film.
And all of a sudden he just turned
Yeah,
into Jimmy the
all of
Cricket.
a sudden
Yeah.
he turned into Jimmy.
Like,
Cricket.
why did, like,
and
whose
then
idea was that?
then the last shot was just the Disney Magic Kingdom. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's just like,
Weird
what?
product placement.
Like, what
is
are we
that
doing?
doing?
So that bothered me. Honestly, I just feel like this movie did not make black people in general look good, especially black men. I think this movie made women.
It made black women silent.
Yeah, black women didn't exist basically. Women did not look. I feel like, in all honesty, I'll be curious. Please, if you hear this, if you're a woman and like you think this is really good for Gina Davis, I would love to hear your point of view because like for some reason watching this, I'm like, this didn't help Gina Davis.
I will say, I still think that it's great that there was a female action hero.
I agree.
yeah, man.
Because there's not that there's not that
And
many.
she's a
See,
badass.
see,
like,
And she is real cool.
See, but to me, if you're like, and
She
this,
really is. She
it's tough as a dude to even say this, but to me, it's like I'm gonna think about a female action hero. I like in Ghostbusters. Kate McKinnon's character has a sequence. I'm not going like spoil the movie, but she has a sequence. She's not wearing like super tight, revealing clothes. She's not like, and the thing is, you can be sexy. I totally get that.
Yeah,
but the thing is, like, that movie was about her just being a badass. This movie is about this woman being sexual, super hot, everyone wanting to have sex with her, and then being a badass as well, which I guess is fine too. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it.
It's hard because go ahead.
No, I think I'm going to say the same thing you are, which is action movies usually sexualize their main character.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, because like in all the other, like the dudes have their shirts off,
Yeah,
they're
you're right,
oiled up. You know what I mean? Like they're sexualized too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
And she
but
didn't
it's
show,
like-
and she wasn't nude in the film, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I mean, she was in the shower.
Like I just
but
watched
you didn't see it.
You
She
didn't
was
see it.
covered.
Roswell, that TV show, and like in
my
the first
My mom loved that show.
I don't remember it being good. I didn't like it when I watched it again, but in the first like 3 minutes, the lead female gets shot, and so the guy who's going to save her just rips open her shirt because he needs to touch her to heal.
Oh, right, 'cause he could
But he
heal.
rips open her shirt. And I just feel like that didn't need to happen at all. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like we see her
I don't
bra
know.
and everything, and it's just like
Yeah.
that was unnecessary. But that doesn't happen in like we don't.
Well, no, it does happen in the.
When she gets tied up in the water,
Yeah,
she's
they-
like,
well,
But she's wearing
it's not
a shirt.
revealing, but it is a white slip.
All right. Well, I wasn't
She also
looking
was
at
like-
that.
Okay, we were watching the film. Like,
I wasn't looking at.
how are you not looking at it? She was in a slip.
Yeah, dude.
Where did they even get a slip from?
Again, I don't know why I'm
She's
trying
in
to.
a white slip.
I don't know why I'm trying. I keep
Bruh. And
going.
they put
I
her in
keep
ice
going
cold
back
water.
to
I'm
trying
like-
to defend this movie, and it's wholly unnecessary.
well, anyway, that's why I gave it nothing
Okay,
because the
you
movie
gave it-
deserved nothing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it nothing for the same reasons y'all gave it nothing. I kept trying to think of like, man, is there anything that it did good for black people? But especially the fact that they rewrote it, and Sam Jackson is such a like you can just pull things from him and go, oh, that's a stereotype about black people. That's a stereotype about black people. Oh, his name is Hennessy. You know, like just all of those
Good
things.
God, his name was
And the fact
Hennessy.
that they rewrote it and there's no way of knowing like what was changed or not, you know, that stuff's hard. I was like, maybe I'll give it a palm because of like the few extra days of work they gave Sam Jackson after the audiences were mad. like, oh, they gave him a few extra days of
that's
work.
true.
Like that's cool, but I mean, I guess other people were there for work that day too, so didn't only help him.
I mean,
So yeah.
well, this was fun. Thanks everyone for suffering with us. Because you know what? I
If
think
you
this is a
are
bonding
still
event.
Honestly,
here, if you're
if
still
you-
here, tweet at us.
Tweet at us if you listened to this whole episode. I want to see how many people actually listen. Say the struggle is real. Tweet at us. The struggle is real. Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh man.
And then tweet at us what Samuel L. Jackson movie we should have done.
Yes.
Yeah. And honestly, you probably already have, and you're mad because you're like, we chose to do this.
You're real mad
Because a few of you already have
a
said,
lot of
like,
people
do
have-
this Sam Jackson movie.
A lot of
So-
people, some people have asked for Coach Carter, for Shaft. We were like, no. And by
But
we,
to
I
be
mean
fair-
James III and Jonathan Braylock.
Yeah.
So everyone
to be
knows we're
fair,
a democracy.
Jerah was like trying to get Coach Carter on for like
I mean,
since
I
the beginning.
stayed saying Coach
I feel like
Carter.
from the
But in my
beginning,
mind, I was like, yeah, but Coach Carter wasn't that big of a movie. And in
No.
my mind, this movie was supposed to be bigger, even though it was like kind of a bomb.
But so everyone knows, you know, I'm not even mad. Like we're a team. You know what I'm saying? We're a democracy. We voted. I lost
So
the
yeah,
vote.
tweet at us what movie we should
yeah,
have
no,
done.
I mean that we did vote. That
We
is
did
true.
vote. I lost the vote, so we had to watch.
And I've said numerous times that I apologize, but I had a fonder like I really thought that he was. I really thought it was just like
I was
Bad
literally
Boys.
basing it off the poster.
I thought this was Bad Boys, and I remember it being like it was the two
does
of
it make
them.
you question a lot of things? From like,
oh, man,
like
so
I always
many
think, like,
things
I'm
now.
like, wait, what else is not?
So many
wow,
things.
Coach
now.
Carter made $76.7 million. That's
Wow.
pretty,
All
pretty
right,
good
well,
for that.
What was the
film.
budget?
The budget was, hold on, I'm looking it up. Oh.
It
Come on,
definitely
box
made more
office
money
movie.
than this movie did. I mean, money
Percentage-wise.
percentage-wise.
They're updating their. Never mind. I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure it did better. Y'all, thanks for listening, though.
Yep.
Peace.
All right. Jonathan Braylock here in the studio doing some plugs. I'm by myself because, you know, that's how I shine. Get these fools out the way. Nah, I'm just kidding. They're cool. Guys, you can follow us at Black Men Podcast on Twitter. Tweet at us. Tell us where you live. Tell us what film you want us to review. We'll get to it in 3 years. No, maybe sooner. Also tell us which one of us you like best. You know, like if you like the amazing, intellectual, brilliant, thoughtful responses of Jonathan Braylock, you could say that. Or if you like James because he's not a human, you could say that too. I don't know. But at Black Men Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, blackmenpodcast.com is our website. We got a show. If you live in New York City, we're doing a show with Astronomy Club at the UCB East Village on September 27th at 9:30 p.m. It's a part of the Comedy Central's Comics to Watch showcase. We will also be at the Harlem Comedy Festival September 30th at 6 p.m. That's Friday. So watch that. You can follow me at John Braylock on Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat, even though I don't use it. At James Third Comedy. James is spelled, third is spelled 3RD. James is spelled the regular James, even though he messed it up with 3RD. At Jerah Milligan, but it's Jerah M on Snapchat, I believe. And Milligan, good luck spelling that. All right. And we will be back here next week on the podcast with special guest Shashir Zameda from Saturday Night Live. You know it. She in the building. We are reviewing the film Waiting to Exhale, starring Whitney Houston, starring Nia Long, starring Angela Bassett. It's going to be great. It's real fun. SNL's premiering soon, so it's great to have Shashir here before she gets into the hecticness of that season. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
That was a HeadGum podcast.